Saudi Arabia, the only 100% team so far in the Asian World Cup qualifying campaign over in Qatar. But can they hold their form heading into the next round of matches? We'll take a little look next. Back once again with another prediction video. Today we'll look forward to match number 5 in the Asian World Cup qualifying campaign for Qatar 2022. We'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe and get your bang up to date with all things World Cup qualifying campaign related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here, boys. Under one Ruski, that's right. However, there are a couple of other teams that have yet to taste defeat this campaign. We're talking about Iran, we're talking about South Korea, as of course those two nations are doing very, very well in Group A. But who's going to take a giant lead towards Qatar 2022 this round of matches? We'll take a little look at it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the Patreons. Thank you for your love, and of course, as you continue to support the channel behind the scenes. So let's get into it, and then of course take a look back, and of course the last results, of course, and of course bring you back up to date with the prediction league over in the Asian qualifier. So let's get into it then, shall we? Here we go. Iran did draw 1-1 with South Korea, of course, as those two, well, that put an end to Iran's 100% success rate so far in the World Cup qualifying campaign. Meanwhile, Syria, they lost to Lebanon. Of course, that was their first win of the campaign. They jump all the way up to third, a big old boost as well. Of course, remember, top two go through. Of course, the third place team will duke it out to a playoff. Meanwhile, United Arab Emirates, they duked it out to a 2-2 draw against Iraq, of course, who have yet to taste, both these two nations have yet to taste success in the World Cup qualifying campaign. That's, of course, over in Group A. Into Group B, Japan picked up 2-1 over Australia to give themselves a big old boost and move up to fourth in the table as well. Meanwhile, Oman picked up a win over Vietnam. Of course, 4 games, 4 defeats for them as they continue to struggle. And Saudi Arabia did beat China 3-2, goals galore on this one. And of course, moved top of the pops and again remain 100%. Of course, those are the games. As you can see, I did pretty good for myself. I did all right. I did okay. But bottom half I did okay. I think I got 3. Let's take a look at the grand scheme of things. Of course, your man Winky got himself 5 there. So well done to you. Give you a round of applause. Shepard's up there with second spot and Hans Worst, and the Chasing Pack in third. What about the overall grand scheme of things? Well, this is the table right here, right now. Shepard leads the charge, 2 points clear over Eamon Hussein and Winky at the moment into third spot. That's, of course, the grand scheme of things. But what about you guys? If you want to get involved, use this code WC22 Asia. We've got the next round of matches, of course. Let's bring you back up to date with the groups first. Of course, as you see, Iran running away with it at the moment, 2 points clear over South Korea. Both those two nations have yet to taste defeat. Meanwhile, Lebanon, of course, back in the thick of things, of course, potentially can get themselves through to a World Cup for the first time, I think, ever. I can't remember the last time that they were in a World Cup. And it's a Group B, of course. Saudi Arabia lead the charge. Australia and Oman at the moment, of course, are dominating in Group B. But of course, a lot of games and a lot of drama still to be had as we approach the midway point. I think after this international break, we would have broken the halfway mark. So interesting. We'll have a good old indication of who's edging closer and who's going to be going home. But anyway, let's get into the next round of matches. Of course, let's kick it all off this coming, I think, in November the 11th. Of course, we kick it all off with South Korea. They're getting on UAE. That's right. Now, these two sides played each other 6 times in 2008. 5 wins for Korea, and 1 for United Arab Emirates, and of course, no draws. South Korea committed to 83% form for them right now, winning 4 and drawing 2. The last 6 matches, of course, UAE committed this without a winning 4, 3 draws and a loss to 58% form for them. Last time, of course, over in South Korea was a 3-0 win for South Korea. That was back in June 2015. It was a friendly. Of course, South Korea committed back in that draw against Iran on the road. Meanwhile, UAE picked up a draw against Iraq last round. Do I have odds on this one? I do not have odds on this one, so we don't know. We're going to go with our gut. My gut says South Korea will win this one. 2-1 win at home to give themselves a big old boost. Kicking on forward, though, will be Lebanon, of course, who got a good win last round up against High Flyers, unbeaten, and it'll be Iran. That's right. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other 4 times to 2012. Just 1 for Lebanon, 3 for Iran. No draws, because Lebanon come to this just 1 defeat the past 5 games, 50% form for them right now. Meanwhile, Iran have got a winning streak of the last 4 matches on the road. They're actually unbeaten the last 6 at the very least, picking up 92% form as well. 5 wins the past 6. Of course, last time around in Lebanon was a 4-1 win for Iran. That was back in the AFC Asian Cup qualification round in Group B. That was 2013, long time ago. Of course, Lebanon did lose. Actually picked up a win against Syria on the road, of course. And of course, Iran did draw with Korea at home last time around, 1-1 as well. Don't have any odds on this one, and I'm going all over the place with my graphics. I'm going to go with a win for 3-0 win for Iran on the road to put a dent in Lebanon's dreams for Qatar 2022. Kicking off forward will be Iraq, same group. I'll get Syria. I do have basic odds on this one. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Of course, played the the 4 times 2012, 1 win apiece, and of course 2 draws. Iraq coming to this, of course, 1 win in 6, 42% form for them right now. Meanwhile, Syria also 1 win in the past 6 games, 25% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around over in Iraq was a 1-0 win for Iraq. That was back in March 2019. Iraq haven't conceded a goal against Syria since 2012. Goodness gracious me. Scrap that's, yes, 2012. It was a 1-0 loss to Syria at Iraq. Of course, Iraq coming to the back of that 2-2 draw against UAE. Of course, Syria did lose to Lebanon 3-2 on this one. Do a basic odds. Basic odds go in favour of Iraq on this one. They are the favourites. So Syria are the underdogs. Of course, the draw is in the middle. I'm going to go 2-1 for Iraq on this one to get back to winning ways. Of course, move the chains and of course keep their dream for World Cup qualification alive. Into Group B now we go. Australia. They're going to be taking on Saudi Arabia in a very difficult match. This one. Played each other 5 times 2011. 4 wins Australia, nothing for Saudi Arabia, and 1 draw. Australia coming to this just 1 defeat past 6 games, 83% form for them right now. Saudi Arabia coming to this winning 9 on the bounce, 100% form for them at the moment. Last time, of course, over in Australia was a 3-2 win. That was back in June 2017. It was World Cup qualifying campaign back in for Russia, I think. It was round 3, Group B, of course. Australia haven't lost to Saudi Arabia at the last few games, last 5, of course. Australia did lose to Japan, though, last time, 2-1 win for the Japanese, of course, in Japan. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia picked up a 3-2 win over China. And like I said, Saudi Arabia yet to taste defeat on this one. Odds go in favour, though, of Australia. They are your favourites. Of course, Saudi Arabia are your underdogs. And of course, the draw is in the middle. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Australia on this one. At home, you win your home. You've got to win your home in this stage. It'll be tight. It'll be a difficult game. 2-1 win, though, for Australia to take it. Next, of course, Vietnam up against Japan. Of course, Vietnam have had a right or stinker up against Japan now. Of course, played each other 3 times. It's done 7. Nothing for Vietnam. 3 for Japan. Of course, no draws. Japan coming to this. What do we look at? 6-7% form for them right now. Of course, 2 wins and 2 defeats past 4 games. Meanwhile, Vietnam just 1 win in 6, 17% form for them. That was, of course, the previous qualifying campaign when, of course, they were taking on the minnows. So this is another level for Vietnam. Of course, Vietnam did lose to Japan last round. It was in the Asian Cup knockout stage. That was back in the quarterfinals back in 2019. Of course, last time in the Vietnamese soil, 2007, 4-1 win for Japan as well. Vietnam did lose to Oman last round, 3-1 win. Of course, Japan did beat Australia 2-1 as well last round. Look at the odds on this one. No odds. In fact, do we have odds? The odds, red hot favourites Japan. Vietnam don't even touch it. 2-0 win for Japan on this one for me. And then finally we have China. They're going to be on Oman on this one. No odds on this one, so I'm going to give you my gut on this one. They played each other 2 times 2006. 1 for China, 1 for Oman. No draws. China coming to 50% form for them right now, winning 3 and losing 3. Meanwhile, Oman coming to this winning 4 and losing 2 of the last 6. 67% form for them right now. Last time, of course, in China was a 2-1 win for China. That was back in 2006. Goodness gracious me, been a while. Of course, China did lose to Saudi Arabia. 3-2 loss. Of course, close game though. Meanwhile, Oman picked up a 3-1 win over Vietnam last round. No odds on this one. My gut says China. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for China, of course, to give themselves a big old boost. And of course, boost their chances to get to Qatar 2022. That's my picks. Be sure to get your own picks as well using the code WC22 Asia. That's my pickaroonies, boys. Hopefully you'll get your picks in. Of course, we'll see them next round. Of course, we'll update the leaderboard with your names in lights. That's my friends. Be sure to check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. But until then, folks, I'll see you soon for the next one. Until then, we're done.